On the globe map, it appears as divided landmasses or separated continents. These are Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, South America, and Australia. But it wasn't like this when the all-powerful God, the Creator, made the land in the seas. God had made one flat, single, and triangular piece of land, made in this manner. There was no sea or water between Sri Lanka and Bharat 12,000 years ago. Israelites barely traveled 5 kilometers across the Red Sea 3,500 years ago. Building the Giza pyramid in the Egypt was not as difficult as we have assumed. Friends, I'm anthonycosmoslopez. I have the greatest of the best, an amazing and astounding message for you today. Or as we would say, a unique or old prophecy. I'm aware that my message has confused you a little. Still, it's verified and accurate. I received this message 2 years ago and was forced to ignore it since I didn't comprehend it. On January 14, 2024, the message was again and confirmed to me. So please watch my video through to the very finish. I recently released my first video, which contains extremely vital information concerning a man who is already 50 plus years old and will soon take over the entire globe or rule the entire world shortly. If you watch my earlier video, you will learn the name of the person who will dominate this globe in the future. You will be proficient in reading Chinese, Hindi and Kannada. This video is also available in Hindi. I have also introduced myself and shared how I was given the gift of prophecy, which allowed me to receive these mysterious messages from the universe. Please watch, the URL is provided in the description. If you watch this video through to the end, you might be able to understand why God made a single, flat and a triangular piece of land. If not, I'm asking the entire scientific community, geologists, archaeologists, and everyone involved to find out and confirm whether or not my message is correct. The words I heard gave me two explanations for why single, flat, and triangular land was created. Because I didn't believe the message. The merciful God is the Almighty God. God, therefore, is capable of creation and periodic updating. The world was formed in 6 days according to the Bible, which may indicate that God created it in 6 stages. If I need to pursue, I'll tell you why God made the land on the globe in 3 simple shapes: flat, single, and triangular. Allow me to share with you the event of January 14, 2024. I typically get up for meditation at 3 in the morning, but that particular day, I woke up abruptly at 1:30 a.m. as though someone had awakened me up. Moreover, a voice added, "Refer to the map." I had a map and a whiteboard in my bedroom that day. I just stared at the map for maybe 30 minutes. I was unable to make sense of anything. The voice then repeated, telling me to move North America and South America to their right towards Europe and Africa. So I mentally moved both continents along these islands in the direction of Africa. Once more, I was forced to halt as these islands were touching Greenland. Again, Biffin Island is a part of Greenland. The voice declared, a perfect place in this Greenland groove was Biffin Island. I was quite aback to discover that there was a crucial lesson for me. I began hopping across these islands, heading towards Africa and Europe. I began to unite the divided islands under the impression that they were all part of a single land mass. I gradually shifted both Americas to my right in order to reach Europe and Africa. Africa was situated precisely halfway between North America and South America. It astonished me. Every single one of them was intact. Over the years, they had relocated. Once more, Madagascar is the portion of Africa that was incorporated into this African group. Australia, Indonesia, and this whole island have relocated to this region from below Bharat. Sri Lanka was eventually detached, but it remains close to Bharat. Japan and other islands that were formerly a part of Asia are seen here. The region had only a few tiny rivers in the beginning. Approximately 50,000 BC or so, an asteroid hit the landmass or continent, forming the sea or rivers. After bringing every continent and islands and beginning to combine them, I discovered that the land was triangular. God created more land on the upper side of the globe because God knew that some land will drift to the lower side and continue to balance. The triangle land on the higher side was necessary to counteract the centrifugal and centripetal forces. Allow me to explain the reasons behind some of the land area and shape modifications. The Earth's crust is a liquid rock and the land floats on top of the liquid rock, that's lava. Land that is drifting thousands of kilometers across the Earth's crust may migrate below or above sea level, altering land's shape and area. Allow me to explain why at first God only created one land. God intended for humans to be among His smallest creations when He made them. I tell you that it is God's tiniest endeavor, since in other solar systems, God has made extremely powerful and advanced worlds in comparison to our earth and living beings. Then God created huge-sized fish, birds, animals, plants and trees after creating the world. Whereas typical plants were larger than trees. When every requirement for a human being was established, God made the decision to create humanity. God made both men and women. Their creation took place precisely in the center of the triangle, which is precisely where Iraq was located. They were positioned in the center of the area to facilitate easy exploration in all directions. They had to live in caves and beneath trees. Therefore, they were at least 15 to 18 feet tall and had a large body covered in hair just like monkeys. They were not provided sufficient knowledge to produce clothing. They had a robust lifespan of approximately a millennium each. I questioned the speaker or the voice I heard about the first human's enormous body and height as well as why there was only one land and now numerous continents when I saw a triangle, a single land and the first human being standing at a height of more than 15 feet. I got the response right away. First humans with a height of at least 15 feet inhabited a single land since at those times they lacked the wisdom to develop tools and other means of transportation such as boats to traverse oceans. Instead, they had to fill the ground and explore it on foot. 3 feet and legs would not be enough to easily explore the countries. Here's one response that will pursue me. Thus, that one continent and one triangular land are home to the earliest human era. People began to proliferate or multiply, spread out throughout the globe and occupy the available land. They had to rely entirely on produced food, plants, trees and tiny animals at first because there was an abundance of food. Countless years have elapsed. Based on the height, the stomach was enormous. Animals also had enormous stomach. They therefore required additional food. Conflict arose between humans over food. God thus made the decision to alter the planet and wipe off humanity. Thus God sent an asteroid to wipe out all the life things on Earth, including people. The asteroid was designed to strike in the middle of the land somewhere in Saudi Arabia or Iraq because that specific region does not precisely fit in the triangular formed by the landmass. It was full of available metals and other useful materials that would be useful for the coming era. This is where it might have struck. The land, which was about 20 kilometers thick, was broken by the asteroid as it approached at a high speed, and the islands and continents you see on the screen now are the result of the fissures in the land. Or liquid rock that emerged from the earth was nearly as massive as the asteroid and covered the entire region, distributing available metals and other beneficial materials as well as burying people and animals to create an additional 30 to 40 kilometers of thick layer of land. In addition, mountains started to form everywhere. Fossils of every human and animals will undoubtedly be discovered if we excavate for at least 10 to 15 kilometers in nearby Gulf nations such as China, Iran and Russia and so on. God preserved certain people, animals and other living things so that life would go on. After God modified the pituitary glands in humans and animals, people began to reach 6 feet in height. They gradually began to separate from the land wherever there were fissures or cracks. Floating on the liquid rock, the crust of the earth, in the ocean before other continents began to wander. North America and South America and Australia did. On the coastal side of the continents, land has drifted thousands of kilometers into the ocean. New towns and cities have been formed. Thousands of cities, towns and villages have disappeared below sea level and into the ocean. In certain locations, land has emerged from the sea level. As a result, the area and shape have changed in several locations. Even after a millennium, fissures or cracks beneath the surface that are invisible to us. India will split off from Asia at the Ganga River and descend towards Sri Lanka, with Sri Lanka continuing to descend. Africa will continue to divide in this manner. This is the way that North America, South America, and Asia will divide. In the North Pacific Ocean, North America and South America are moving left and leveling off towards the Asian side, and the ocean floor is slamming into the region from the outset, causing earthquakes and tsunamis. The frequency has now decreased and it is gradually leveling off. There might be a time when Alaska touches Asia. Allow me to illustrate some of the general changes that have occurred and will occur in the globe map throughout time. Africa, South America, and North America were joined in the western portion of Bharat around 30,000 BC. Bharat's eastern flank was connected to Australia and other minor islands such as Indonesia. The map looked something like this in 20,000 BC. Something like this in 10,000 BC, something like this in 2000 BC, and we already know this in 2024. Once more, in a millennium, this global map will separate in new places, such as the Ganga River, where Bharat is already splitting off. This will be the map in 3000 AD. This may be the map in 5000 AD. This will be the map in 10,000 AD. Asia, Africa, and America will split as well. And this will be the map in 20,000 AD. There are a lot of unanswered questions regarding the past and our ancient world. The form and the size of the continent underwent significant alteration throughout 10,000-year drift. The nation's locations have shifted. Perhaps in the year 10,000 BC, after Sri Lanka was a part of India, it may have begun to stray. The Red Sea was just 5 kilometers wide around 1500 BC according to calculations. This implies that the Israelites crossed the Red Sea in a single day, or that millions of people and animals had to flee from Egyptians and sleep or rest for a full day, something that was not conceivable in the sea. I have only partially disclosed the dictation I received from the universe in order to end my video. Please hit the notification bell, like my channel, and subscribe so that you can view my next videos featuring predictions and unknown facts. I have a ton of materials to share with you. I appreciate you seeing my video. Thank you very much.